Welcome to Eye on the Illini. This is Mike Kegley. We're here with Brad Sturdy, Kedrick Prince, Illini legend Marcus Griffin. Brad, you got a game here that had scored. Illinois wins 88-80 on the road with a whopping 48 flipping fouls called by the refs. I got to get it out of my system, but I'm already tired of college basketball refs, and we're not even through the first week of December.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Griff's probably having like flashbacks to the Arizona game. This is like that, man. This is just stupid. I mean, every touch was a foul.
A flop.
It just became silly. They're floppy. You fall. All you got to do is fall down. You got a foul. And then there were a couple times. I mean, you watch the replay and you're watching those replays. You're like, there's no contact whatsoever, and it's just like, what the hell? What are you calling? And then they got two really bad breaks. It was good to see them overcome those. Right in the back-to-back plays, they got the Boswell. They called the travel, which obviously on replay was not a travel. And then the foul on Ivasic over the back that I think they called so they wouldn't review the play. It was really bizarre. It was like a late call. It was really odd, but his team showed some toughness and battled through that. You're on the road in the Big Ten, right? We don't expect it to be like well officiated, first of all, and then we don't expect it to be fairly officiated, right? Because you're on the road. I mean, that's just the way it is. But they got it done, and that's big. And to see two freshmen step up and play that well in a game like this is just wildly impressive. Merkovich 22-9, Wagler with 23 points, 5 assists. Wagler had to play 39 minutes tonight. I mean, that's just insane for a freshman who weighs about 84 pounds. Just wild performance there. And you on a night when you really Tommy made one big shot, but he didn't play well. Boswell didn't play well. Petrovic played 1 minute, didn't give you much. I mean, to get nothing out of he got a turnover in a minute. He's on pace for 40, but they didn't give you much. Stojakovic didn't play a lot in the first half. Finished okay, but I mean, overall, it's really impressive what they were able to do without maybe some of their top guys playing well.
Without a doubt, on the road, and let's keep in mind, this was their first Big Ten game and on the road, and you're led by two. I got to give my guys some credit: diaper dandies, and Keaton Wagler and David Merkovic. That was impressive tonight. It really was. And I have to give credit to Andre Stojakovic. He ended up playing well the second half. Kylan Boswell, like you mentioned, Brad, was non-existent. And big fella Thomas Lavi-Bisic was non-existent tonight, but they had plays when they really needed to. Probably what made me really happy was to see Brad Underwood chew Kylan Boswell's ass off for jacking up that three when you're in the bonus. I mean, you're in the double bonus. Sorry, Mike, with 18 minutes to go in the second half because everybody was in foul trouble with 2 minutes to go in the second, start the second half. That was ugly to me. It's been a long time since we have complained about officiating. I don't want to see that. Though everybody knows I'm a big bass fisherman, but I'll tell you what, I've seen bass jump better. I've seen those players flop more than bass do. I've never seen anything like that. I'm telling you, that was awful tonight. You fall over and it's a foul. And then I don't know what one of the worst ones was on Keaton Wagler that he looked confused. And then the one they called on Ivasic at the end of the game, just call what you see. And then I think they got so frustrated with the coaches, everything was going to be a foul. Don't make this about you, Mike. You're right. I'll tell you, Mike. You want to know how popular you are? I received text messages from people, numbers I don't even have. How they got my number, I don't know. And they were like, when you get on this podcast, you give Mike Kegley credit about the officials in the Big Ten because it needs upgrade. I can show them to you. This is awful.
Yeah, follow me at Mike Kegley on Twitter. Marcus, what were your thoughts watching this game? And of course, you've lived Big Ten refs.
Yeah, I have gotten to a place. I have matured since 2001.
You're doing better than the three of us are.
It is like I'm everything that I'm saying has nothing to do with the referees because it's the first game for the referees too in the Big Ten. So I'm gonna give them a pat. It's the first game. let this be the only game that they call 48, that officiating crew that they call 50 fouls in the game. So plus size, as man Mike was talking on off the air, is that what I saw is that Illinois can't throw the ball on the block. That's what I saw. I have been screaming for this. KP, you know, I have been screaming for this. It's not even about them scoring down there. It's just having a second option when the shot is not falling, when the three-point shot is not falling. And then you get the defense to double, and then you kick it out. I love seeing it. I saw it a little bit last week. Their last game. And then what'd you say?
The Tennessee game, Griff, they did a lot of it. That's how Keenan Wagler got out of his shots. People were asking about you because you've been calling it, and that inside game gave them a totally different presence because the outside shot was there.
Yes, it's a totally different presence for the team. It's another way that they can score. They have very good big guys. We got not just that can shoot the three, but you 7'2", you better get your butt down there when you got a 6'2" guard sticking you and demand that ball. It was great to see. But the other thing is when you don't have it going from your big three, your big two have it going, but then you can still find ways to win. As we all know, getting a victory in Ohio State on the road in the Big Ten is rough. And especially it's even get harder when your stars are not being stars. When you can get freshmen to come in and play big minutes. One freshman, Wagler, playing 39 minutes. When was the last time a player at Illinois played 39 minutes in a basketball game?
Well, we know Io did it plenty.
Yeah, he came up big. So you got to win these type of games. I applaud him. You just got to win them. If you want to get to where you're trying to get to. And that's winning a Big Ten championship, winning a Big Ten tournament championship, trying to get to a Final Four. This game right here, how it played out, you have to win.
Mike, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry. I got to do it. This Taterhead, he mentions the black one. What's he talking about?
Official.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Official. Jeffrey Anderson.
I know what he's talking about, man. I just had to say it. I'm sorry.
Maybe he's talking about
I had to do it.
Ked's just happy that we got Marcus on here so nobody can do that to him.
Right. Yeah, Griff.
he got a friend. Ked got a friend.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's like, oh. Now, Brad, we got to go. Now, Brad, if we get in trouble, if either one of us is on here alone, it's going to be who's the fat white guy. Great.
There you go.
So as I watched this, giving people a little bit, Merck had 22. Stojakovic recovered well with 17. Boswell 4. Big T 7. Wagler 23. Rickhouse 0. Jake Davis 2. Ivasic. T was 7 and Big Z was 13. Got my twins mixed up. And Petrovic was there for 1 turnover. Illinois ends up shooting 44% and shot 41 from the 3, 91 from the free throw line. I think those two numbers, 41 from the 3 and 91 from the free throw line, will win you an awful lot of games.
Yes, it will.
When it came to turnovers, Illinois had 9, 37 rebounds to 30. Illinois won that. And I think the other thing is bench points, 15-2, Illinois. Overall, I thought Illinois played a pretty good game. Brad, what did you think of the overall effort? I mean, there were moments. I thought it was hard for anybody, other than Thornton and Wagler, anybody to get a rhythm because the game kept stopping every 13 seconds so we could have a foul break.
Oh yeah, it was just there was no flow at all in that game, and that's hard to play in. It's hard to play in a game like that. So yeah, this was I just feel like you're right. I think I don't know who said it, but like this is a game you have to win the way it played out, and it's also a game that a good team wins, right? I mean, a team that wants to do what they want to do wins, and I will say this. This is kind of a game that you feel like last year they may not have won with the way it became a grind, down the stretch. And
the turnovers that they would have.
Yeah, they only had, and even though they had 9 turnovers and, there or whatever, it wasn't I've certainly seen them have. They were a couple bad ones, but really overall, you had a couple offensive fouls that were turnovers, but overall, not terrible with the turnovers. 9 turnovers and 65 possessions, so not awful. I thought the second half they really kept. I didn't when you were watching it. I felt like they didn't have. It really made it hard to have any flow. The first half they were scoring at will, right? And they scored what they scored in the first half, like 1.5 points per possession.
Yeah,
now
it was
they still
1.5.
scored like 1.18 in the second half, which isn't bad. But you can't get in a flow, and the game becomes like unwatchable. They shot 21 free throws in the second half.
Yeah.
And there were it's just a really, really difficult kind of game to win on the road. Rarely do you win on the road when you foul that much and have that many fouls. But this is the one thing I'll say is what Bruce Thornton. We got to give him some props. That dude put on a show in the first half, and he was fantastic. But I think in the second half you saw you one guy. It's almost impossible for one guy to do that for 40 minutes. I mean, it's hard to do that, and I think Illinois. That's why Illinois, I think, felt good at halftime. It sure seemed like they felt like they were going to be okay. But this is a really. They did a much better job on him. They varied the way they did it. They came out. You saw them make him give the ball up. They put Stojakovic on him, which I thought was huge, using that length to make him, because they want Thornton to shoot twos. I mean, what's he shooting? 53% from three or something like that, coming in, some crazy number. You don't want him shooting those threes. You want him getting in the mid range and shooting twos, right? And then contest it with a guy who's 6'7". That was really, really effective, and I thought it was good. And he, let's be honest, Kylan Boswell was a great defensive player, but he really Thornton cooked him in the first half, and he gave him trouble. So that was a good adjustment. I thought, somebody mentioned, that OSU seemed worn down. I think they did. I think Illinois' depth paid off there. I thought they just kind of imposed their will, which is crazy when you think Wagler should have been the one who got worn down. I mean, he should have been the guy who was worn out at the end of that game, and he wasn't at all.
He's 20. No. He got energy for life.
18.
He's 18.
18, yeah.
He weighs 38 pounds.
Yeah, no kidding. You know what? Just real quick, I think we need to give Illinois some credit here too. Being on the road, every time Ohio State made a run, Illinois answered. That shows a sign of a good team to me, regardless of who it was. And a lot of people are critical of Brad Underwood, but I'm going to tell you, I'm sitting here watching the game with my daughter, and Brad took out both Ibisic's brothers, and I thought, okay, I understand. I don't like it, but I understand it. You want to be able to get pressure, and as soon as Ohio State saw that and Thornton, he went right to the basket. And I told my daughter, you got to get Zonomir in, not Tomislav, because Tomislav does not play good defense to me. And what happened? Ibisic got a great block. They end up probably sealing the game. He will at least challenge shots, and I like that part of him. So kudos to the coaching move, whether it was Cam or Coach Underwood or Orlando, Jeff, or whoever, Tyler. Good decision on that part. But again, you have to give them credit to answer the call, and anybody can see Ohio State fans are probably mad too that they overcame the officiating. The biggest thing, guys, is that Mike mentioned and Brad just mentioned it. They made free throws. You don't make free throws, you lose this game.
Yeah.
They lose it without a doubt. They knock down free throws when it really and truly matter. Those are things when in March, if you want to advance and if you want to have a chance to win titles, if the team's going to give you an opportunity to foul like that, you attack the basket, and that's what's going to keep you running and going late in the season in March.
Griff, I got a question for you. What's the effect of you as a player when you're trailing a team, and every time you make a run, they kind of weather it and then stretch it back out on you? Because I thought Illinois did that 3 or 4 times where you're like, Ohio State's going to catch them, and then boom, next thing you know, it's like 7 or 8 points again.
But again, though, it depends on what type of team and what are you trying to do. If you trying to win, if you are a bottom of the run team, then it really doesn't mean anything. But if you're a team that's trying to win Big Ten championships, compete for national championships, your composure in that situation stands out. Teams are going to fight. This is the Big Ten. This is not high school. Teams are going to fight. They're not going to lay down. But if you're trying to win a national championship and a Big Ten championship, you double down. You do it again, and you keep their foot. You keep putting that pressure on their neck because in your mind, they cannot continue. We are a better basketball team. We're going to stay relentless. We're going to keep that pressure. We're going to add it. We're going to keep it. Pressure. And eventually, you're going to try to continue to score with us, and then you're going to get a stop. And then we're going to go down and score. And then we're going to get another stop. You might hit a 3 in there, but it's going to be 7-3 run, 8-3 run. And then over time, that run, that spread just gets wider and wider. But all it is just the players, Illinois, just showed consistent. They was a little hungry. They just kept that pressure on them. When you are a better team, that's all you can do. You have to expect runs from an Ohio State team. Ohio, that team is not bad. They were 7-2 coming into this game. They're not a bad team. You know it's coming. When it comes, you take it. You don't get staggered by it. It's a little face shot, and then you continue to do what you're doing. You find ways in that paint to get that ball down there, stop a run, because I think early second half, they hit a run, and what we do, we went to the block. I love to see it. It was a jump hook over the left shoulder. That's how you stop runs in the Big Ten. Like, if you can't, 3-point shots is not, how many threes did they shoot today?
Illinois shot 27 today, but they made 11 of them for a 40.7%.
But just staying consistent, keeping that foot on their necks. It was great to see. It was great to see. Like last year, we would have lost that game.
Yep. Brad, thoughts on stuff that you saw? That I guess the other question we got to get out here, just because we know it's coming. So I guess, we've got people who are extremely concerned about one person. So any thought on Ben not scoring? Because we know we've got people who are concerned about that.
Scoring is a bonus. It is. It would be nice to have him do it, but it's not the end of the world if he's not.
It's not his.
Yeah.
I wish he'd have made one of those shots. One of them was a clean look he should have made, right? I mean, it was wide open. The other one was kind of I think it was into the shot clock, and he kind of had to shoot it. But still, yeah, he needs to make some shots. There's no question. I know he's shooting 35%. He's missed some shots where, but he gets 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He had a block shot again. They're asking him to play defense, and that's fine. He played 15 to 20 minutes, he only played 5 minutes in the second half. They went with the guys that were cooking in the second half, and he wasn't it. So you went with Wagler, you went with Stojakovic, they even played Merkovich. There were times they had Merkovich on the floor with Ben at the 3 because when he was in foul trouble. So really, he didn't play that much. I mean, I'm unsure why there's so much animosity towards one guy. He only played 5 minutes in the second half, and we're worried about that. It's just the most stunning thing. I mean, it's Illinois fans have this, like, they pick a guy and they just don't like him. And it doesn't matter. It was, they didn't, to be honest, so many of them were like, and it's not they don't like him, I guess. It's just they don't want him to play, and it's just so funny. Like, you don't have 5 basketballs out there. So, you only got so many shots.
Need him.
You're going to need him eventually. So and he brings defense and energy. He keeps balls alive. He's tipping plays. Sometimes you need guys like that. You can't have 5 guys. I don't know. Boswell only scored 4 points in 31 minutes. Ivasic was 2 for 9. Luckily he made that big 3, but man, guys have games when they're not going to score, but you got to do the other things all the time. You have to play hard, you have to defend, you have to rebound, do all that little stuff. So I don't know. What
I think the problem is, Brad? People like us and Coach Underwood, when Ben arrived at Illinois, myself included, we talked about how good of a shooter he was going to be and how different he was. I did. Ked doesn't lie. I own it.
Hey,
because that's what he said.
What? You watched him. You went over there and watched him that summer. That dude made everything he threw up. They had NBA scouts in there going, dude, this guy never misses.
Exactly. And now he doesn't. And now he doesn't do it, and people are frustrated because. And I don't blame them. I was one of those people years ago myself. But it makes sense to me. But on the other side, you're right. He's not playing 40 minutes a game like he was last year. People were upset because he got a lot of minutes. And tonight he played 20 minutes, and I think 5 of those extra minutes were probably because of foul trouble by other players. You know, it would be nice if he makes shots, and there'll be some games where he's going to make shots, but he's playing defense right now, and I'm okay with that. He's rebounding right now. He's not hurting the team because he's not going 1 for 15 or 1 for 20. That could be worse. So because those are turnovers to me. So yes. I think the hype, Mike, is what started. Coach Underwood told us, and we saw him play. And a lot of guys are different in practice than they are in games. And we've seen him go on a heater. So it's not like he can't do it. I don't want to see him shooting 8 to 10 shots a game or 3-pointers a game unless he's making them. But to me, and Lord knows I've been one of the most negative people about him as a player. The last 2 games, I can't say anything. I really can't.
Okay, that's fair enough. I knew we just had to bring it up because it's just like a huge thing with people. I'll tell you, with Wagler, are we seeing a guy who could be a one and done?
I won't say that.
Yes. Okay. No, listen. No, Griff, listen to me for a second. Just hang on. I know, please don't get mad at me, but just listen to me. I'm telling you the truth, man. When you look at him, the NBA is about youth and talent. There's young. That kid is 6'6", and he handles the basketball. He is crafty around the rim. He plays defense. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the conference as far as guards are concerned. Because we think not, he may not be. I'm telling you right now, anybody listen to this podcast, and Brad Sturdy knows this. Griff, you have the opportunity to go to practices. Watch how many NBA scouts are down there listening and asking Brad Underwood about this kid. He is a steal, man. I'm looking at this podcast, and I'm on social media at the same time, and there's national guys talking about this kid. Whether we think he is or not, NBA is about youth. And it's about potential. And that kid has potential. And I'm telling you, he is a stud. And it was a steal. I mean, Griff, you played for Coach Self. I can't tell you how many people are asking, how in the hell did he get out of Kansas? Because he's good, man. He really is. Whether I think he's an NBA player or not.
Yeah.
The scouts are there, Brad.
One of the Kansas assistant coaches was like, how in the world did we miss on this kid? Like, I mean, they're like stunned. Like they've been shocked at how good he was. No, I think I would have said no until I've seen the hype and I'm starting to see him on draft boards. And you know, if he continues to play like he played tonight, then yes, I mean, he could be. Now, the other side of it is, though, I think that it would be good for him. We'll see how it plays out. He's going to have ups and downs. It might be really good for him long term to play another year. And develop physically, because if he gets strong, you saw there was a couple of plays today where like Thornton was able to body him a little bit and push him. Next year, that won't happen, and he will look even better. I mean, you know, so I think, you know, but I think we can't worry about too much about that right now because we got a lot of games left, right? I mean, you got a lot of games left, but you know, he's you know. It's obviously he's a guy, but the other side of it is if you put another one and done, goodness gracious, and you've got you would have another one and done, and you really haven't had a 5-star kid, and you would have 3 one and dones in 2 years. I mean, what are you? I mean, that's crazy. And Will Riley was 5 or high 4, whatever. KJ, you know, whatever. But I mean, you haven't had like one of those 5-star can't miss Darren Peterson kids. You got dudes that are just. You know, so that'd be pretty impressive too.
Yeah.
I look at this 2 ways. Now, like you said, if he continues to score on the pace of averaging 23 points a game in the Big Ten, then yes. Then of course. But I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of freshman guards in the history of the Big Ten just don't perform at that level. Like they will come back down. But if he continues to grow, not even to that level, but if he continues to make those little steps, maybe not average 23 points a game, but maybe average 16, 17 points a game as a freshman in the Big Ten, then I can see that. But other than that, I definitely believe he needs another year. He got a little frail body. He needs to go ahead and get in that weight room, put on about 15, 20 pounds of muscle, come back next year, and then dominate.
What's scary, Mike mentioned it. Guys, he played 39 minutes tonight. I don't remember what it was last Saturday against Tennessee on the big stage. He's logging a lot of minutes, and to me, I mean, it's not affecting this game right now. It's not. but that can't happen. And that's why you need a Petrovic to be able to be effective. And people are asking about him. You can't come in and turn the ball over like that and then get beat on defense. And he seemed engaged, but you can tell he's frustrated. And I don't think it's with the coaches. He's probably frustrated with himself. It's a different game, and the learning curve for him it's not happening. And I know they're not going to give up on him. I can tell you that for sure because they didn't bring him over here to sit.
I hope they don't give up on him. It's been a couple of games.
Yes,
they have to have trial and error with this kid. They got to just throw him to the fire, and he has to see it. This is a new game for him.
Yes,
throw him to the fire, let him play.
I agree, Griff.
Let him play. But again, how is that going to feel with Illinois? Because Illinois is trying to win Big Ten championships. How long do you allow that? So you got to give him some type of, but you got to reel him in too. So
yeah, it's a tough one because he's got the talent, but you don't want somebody to end up be the Curbelo too. So that's not a movie you want to do a sequel to.
Yeah, I think you could see him obviously against. I think in the game against Nebraska Saturday, that's a better kind of matchup for him.
Weren't they ranked? Did Nebraska get?
They are because they're undefeated, but their best win right now is at home against. The one they haven't played a road game. They did beat Kansas State on the road in a neutral site game by 1. Nebraska is if you want to talk about it, they might be really good, but they're playing Wisconsin at home on Wednesday. Illinois will be their first road game of the season on Saturday. Wow. So, and then they play the vaunted North Dakota team and then the really dominant New Hampshire team before they get back in the Big Ten. So they're going to be 11-0 in the non-conference.
Yeah.
And not have they won't have a win against a team that's going to make the NCAA tournament. And so it's
not even New Hampshire.
Maybe not. I could be wrong, but they one thing about Nebraska is they can score. So they've got a pretty good offense. So it'd be interesting.
And they run good stuff. Yeah. They do.
Stuff. I mean, he does a good job, but they don't guard anybody. So that's what I mean is I think he could play a little bit in that game. I mean, they're not very good defensively. So you're going to have a different, kind of a different.
I think, I don't know, Griff can explain this to us, but he doesn't like to get knocked off his line. And so in practice, I would have guys running up to him almost like a tackling dummy.
They are, but he can't translate it in games. And I'm sorry, they do it, and they're trying to.
Okay. That tells me one thing.
What's that?
He needs to get in that gym. He needs to get in that weight room. If he don't want to be bumped off his line, he needs to get a little bit stronger so he's not getting bumped off his line. It's just that simple. If he don't like it, stop it from happening. And the only way you're going to stop it from happening is by either being a cleverer ball handler or being more stronger.
Good point.
Those are only two ways it's going to happen. If neither one of those is working for you, them guys are going to get up under you. And they're going to bump you off that, especially when you're trying to go downhill off a ball screen. They're going to ride you right off the top, get that forearm up in you, bump you off your spot.
Yeah. And you know what? The college game is so much more physical than it was in Europe. I mean, we talked to KJ about that last year, and we talked, and we've talked to Tommy about that before. And he's just having a hard time with it because it's just a little bit different. He has to get stronger. And part of it is also, he's got to, there's a strength. Like I would say if they lift weights, Petrovic might be stronger than Wagler, but he doesn't play stronger. You know what I mean? Like you got to play. There's a different, and he doesn't play stronger with the ball, and that's where you can't be quite as loose. So, but I think he's got potential. He could be a guy. He may win them games later this year. I mean, because he's so good. Because he's so good offensively in the pick and roll, right? I mean, there'll be a time when he makes big plays and wins you a game, and so they just got to keep going with him. He'll be all right. Merkovich a couple games ago looked unplayable, right? I mean, he was terrible a couple times. So, and so now he's getting better. Like, I mean, he still did some things like that one left-handed hook may have been one of the worst shots in basketball. But the running lefty hook
off the wrong leg, but mind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Kareem is not feeling good. When that shot went up, Kareem got a little nauseous.
He cut the TV off when he saw that shot. He cut the TV off.
He did.
It's hard to not like him, man.
But he also he made so many good plays, and he
plays hard.
He plays like a 40-year-old man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then he wants
plays
every
vertical.
call.
And you know what he's doing though? Watch his smile. He is having fun.
Yes, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
he is.
infectious. And look at these guys. Look at Z. Z is like that too, man. That's just
my
balling
guy.
out there. And people want him to play more. He played 19 minutes tonight. I don't know if it's a minutes restriction as much, but I don't think he can play much more than 20 minutes right now and feel good. I think
but I don't think he needs to play more than 20 minutes.
No, he doesn't. But
that
people
team is too loaded at that position.
Yeah, I know. But you know how it is, Marcus. If a guy plays 20 and he plays well, then he should have played 30.
Yeah.
If a guy plays 20 and he has a bad night, then he should have played 10 or 0. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know how to
Ben Humrickhouse.
Yeah. You name it.
Yeah.
DeMonte Williams.
That's where Coach Underwood just needs a fan poll to determine, so he can just look and go, oh, it looks like I know I need to sit right now.
Yeah.
And of course, there's nobody who gets more upset. I have to ask you guys: can Notre Dame's athletic director, could he make his university look any worse than the tour he's went on and the excuses he's thrown out? Like this was the greatest 10-game winning streak of all time. I mean, good Lord. If I'm like running Notre Dame, I'm like get him off the road, get him off the interviews.
Yeah.
You know what? It's similar to similar to the run that Nebraska has made to 9-0. Very similar.
Exactly.
Greatest run in
their highlights. Purdue. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, it'd be Purdue.
Purdue. Hey, yeah, I'm not even
in football.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You know what would have happened though? If Virginia had won the ACC, I think Notre Dame would have gotten in.
I agree.
Really?
They let Miami in because they can't have a playoff without an ACC team.
Yep.
They can't have a team that doesn't have an ACC. So.
And look, Brad, you and I have argued it should be at 16 teams. We have said it for years. We should be at 16 teams. And folks, the automatic qualifiers that the Big Ten is getting so ripped on for, if you had automatic qualifiers, then you can play the non-conference games and your conference schedule is what gets you in. And you can do that balance, and fans win because you get to see games like Texas and Ohio State, and you still get to have the in-conference fun, and you get 4 teams or whatever the Big Ten and SEC should get.
Well, somebody mentioned 20. I think Taterhead here says 24 teams. If they do 24, just get rid of the conference championship games.
Agreed, totally.
Yeah.
And then it would be the same principle. But
yes.
Here's the reality. There are rarely
Brad,
how many teams can actually win the title?
Yeah, there's only 6 or 8, but Brad, I'm telling you,
I don't think that many.
I don't either.
I think on any given Saturday, I mean, if you look at the math on a single elimination, now you see it in the basketball as well. I think there's probably less upsets in football, but I don't know. I guess ultimately, as I look at it, you've got this opportunity in front of you. And of course, Brad, you remember 3 years ago when I asked Josh Whitman, would the Big Ten championship go away? And you saw how frosty that answer was.
Yeah, he was.
I think the championship games will go away. And look, what the Big Ten wanted to do is they wanted to have a tournament where you could have the number 1 and 2 play each other. Both of them are going to the tournament. And then you play number 3 against number 6 and number 4 against number 5. And those 4 teams, the 1 and 2, and then the winner of the 3, 6, and 4, 5 would go to the CFP. I don't know about you guys, but if there would have been, I don't know who it would have been off the top of my head, but if it was Iowa versus Oregon and who it'd be what, USC versus somebody, and they're gonna go, those games, and then you got Indiana and Ohio State. I'd probably watch all 3.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because I'd be at the Illinois basketball game against Tennessee that they scheduled the same time as the Big Ten championship game. So I had to watch.
ESPN trying to do whatever they can to chip away at that.
By the way, so you talk about Notre Dame and how poorly they handled it. How about the way Vanderbilt handled it? How about their coach? We didn't do enough. We had opportunity. We should have beat Alabama or Texas. Man, love that guy. So anyway, let's go back to hoops.
Yeah, I just had to get that out there while it's still timely.
Hey, anytime, take your ball and go home today.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So let's do a final wrap around the horn here. Ked, any final thoughts on this game?
Yep, they won. That's all that matters. I'm going to be brief. They won. Players can do whatever. They play great game, didn't have a good game. Bottom line is you want to know in the Big Ten, you're trying to go 2-0 this weekend. So that's the end goal.
Marcus, you've been through plenty of Big Ten openers. What are your thoughts?
Like I said earlier, you got to figure out ways to win these games. When your best of the best players is not performing to their level, you got to have other people step up. It's the game one, Big Ten. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. You trying to win a championship, this is what you do. You go out there and you get it done. 50 free throws, 50 fouls called in a game. You mature. You are a mature team. Knock them down. 91% from the free throw line, 40% from three. Great victory. But hold on, one thing. I want to shout out my Dunlap Eagles 4th grade team. We won a championship this weekend. To all those little knuckleheads that drive me crazy up and down the street, I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you.
Congratulations, baby. Congrats, Coach.
That a baby. Love it. Yeah, I know it's a good win. You win on the road, you're +1 now, right? I mean, so you're trying to win your home games and win as many road games as you can, and you're in a good spot. So they're +1. And you want to get Ohio State's not bad. I mean, I know people like they're everybody looks at the number, but Ohio State's a legit tough game, especially on the road. It's a quad 1 right now. I mean, that's quad 1 win. So pretty good win. I like that we have freshmen, and the other thing is I like the way that they can use multiple guys. And we were hard on Boswell. Pretty clear that he was not 100% either with his shoulder, I don't think. Yep. Still. So so I think that this is really, really good win, and this is the kind of win the kind of game you have to win if you want to have a chance to win the Big Ten at the end of the year. So yeah, it's and I like that you have so many weapons. So many weapons on this team, and that's what people are talking about. And I always wonder, so this is can I comment on this? Said too much matchup hunting and not enough cutting and set plays.
Yeah.
And I get that, but there was some cutting there too. But they did score 88 points. I mean, in a 65 possession game. That's rather insane when you think about it in the Big Ten. So at some point you got to say it may not be the way you want them to play offense, but at the end of the day, you're the number 5 team in the country in offensive efficiency. And when you do this year after year, you're doing something right. And so I think you got to give them credit and just say, you know what, this isn't the way I would do it, but it's effective.
And some people just miss Bruce Weber on the sideline screaming, "Move,
Dimitri, move!"
So with that, folks, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Of course, we'll be back on for the Nebraska game. So you can get us at halftime. You can get us after the game. If you're here, thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate it. And, of course, everybody, if you can follow and subscribe on the IlliniGuys.com YouTube page, you can hit us on our Twitter pages. That would be fantastic. And, of course, you could join IlliniGuys.com where you can get the message boards and all the stories that are behind the paywall. And if you get those message boards, you can get on there and you can talk to Brad. You can talk to Ked. Even guys like Marcus may be around there sometimes. We've had people run into David Williams, and if he decides to argue with you, you're going to get chewed. So
I'll argue with you.
Yeah, I know you will. Like I said, I'm much more comfortable arguing with you with this distance than I was when we were like face to face in the bar. That was a little bit more scary. Yeah. So, folks, like I said, we will be back on Saturday. Please do go ahead and join us then, and of course, look for our Illini Guys Sports Spectacular. And if you can get that podcast, all you need to do is subscribe, and you get that on a weekly basis. You get 48 minutes of Illini sports, and it gives you kind of prep what happened last week and prep for next week. So don't forget that one when you're subscribing to podcast. Until then, go Illini.